about to hand you the only championship that matters in this company.
It is a ring full of champions, and worst case scenario gets the jump in our main event this evening on CWF Worldwide. It is Ethan Case and Elijah Evans IV, the worst case scenario, against Mid-Atlantic Television champ Chet Sterling and Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight champ Brad Attitude.
Right now it looks like,
oh boy, baseball slide into both. Ringside fans gotta get out of the way.
Chet Sterling looks like he's setting up for a big dive here.
Oh dear, heads up, dangerous dive onto both men.
Right now, you know, worst case scenario looked like they didn't even want to wait. They wanted to get right to the action, and looks like the action has come right to them.
So much gold, platinum, and silver on display in this one. First time to my immediate knowledge that we have ever had the Ultra J champion, the television champion, one half of the tag team champions, and the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion all in one match, all at one time, and it is happening right here, right now on CWF Worldwide in our main event this evening.
Might I add that looking at them this closely, all four of these championships would look fantastic in my trophy case.
Boy, I'm so sad whenever Cecil Scott is under the weather.
Why is that?
Because I get joined by people like Ethan Alexander Sharp. Who'd you bribe to get your way in this one, by the way?
Oh, I am never a man who bribes. All of my business dealings are completely legitimate.
Sterling tags in the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. And Attitude cranks on the arm. Attitude got the arm of Elijah Evans. First time ever seeing Elijah Evans here in action in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, but worst case scenario is a decorated tag team. They have held regional championships all up and down the East Coast and perpetually say that they are on the quest for contracts. Both of these men say that it is only a matter of time before they sign with a major worldwide wrestling company.
It's definitely possible. I mean, we are looking at two very, very capable athletes in worst case scenario. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that Ethan Case is the second best wrestler to ever have the name Ethan.
Oh, very cute. Well,
I am, thank you.
That aside, we're looking at four men here in this matchup who could conceivably all be signed to major wrestling offices somewhere in the world before their in-ring career is up. Attitude, of course, has already been there, spending time in the WWE developmental system as a tag team partner of Dolph Ziggler, before returning home to the Mid-Atlantic and capturing the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship back in December. And it has been just a few weeks now since he vanquished Lee Valiant once and for all. And Sterling brings Ethan Case in. Sterling absolutely focused on the International Ultra J champion. But he forgot about Evans. Elijah Evans IV, the powerhouse of worst case scenario, the heavy hitter of that tag team.
He is giving Chet Sterling no opportunity to recover, just staying on that back.
Another good move you'll see, it just happened again. Great tag team thinking. Evans will place his own body in the path of Sterling. so that Sterling has to either go through him or around him to make the tag to Brad Attitude. That's a great, simple, subtle tag team strategy on display there. And Case firing away on the back of the television champion and one half of the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, Chet Sterling. And just yanking on the chin. He may even have him fish hooked there.
Are they chanting my name right now?
No, they are not.
No, I'm pretty sure they are.
Worst case scenario does have their supporters. This is one of the most well-traveled, decorated tag teams on the planet. We are thrilled to have them here for the first time on CWF Worldwide. The hometown boys, undeniably the crowd favorites here, despite some fans that do appreciate the talents of the worst case scenario. Chet Sterling standing tall here on his own. He's knocking down everything that moves. Ooh, oh, that was a great move. That was such a great move from Elijah Evans. Perfect, opportunistic wrestling, Ethan Sharp. He just dragged him, sternum first, ribs first, right down on the buckle. Perfect, opportunistic wrestling right there from Elijah Evans IV.
Absolutely, and if anybody knows anything about opportunistic wrestling, it's of course Mr. Ethan Alexander Sharp.
Cover, body weight on the chest, only got 2. Did not serve you very well in the Weaver Cup tournament last week, Mr. Sharp.
No, let's talk about that actually.
Well,
what I am is a highly charitable individual.
Oh, Jesus.
And I felt truly sorry for Aaron Biggs. So, in the interest of fairness to him, I let him beat me just so he could have a moment.
Oh my goodness gracious. Chet Sterling pulling himself up here. Once again, great positioning of Elijah Evans. Sterling has either got to go around him or through him to make it to his partner. He is trying to chop that big man down, but Evans hooks him. Huge splash, just crushes Chet Sterling.
Looked almost like it was a standing frog splash.
And only 2.
Worst case scenario, continuing to keep the pressure on Chet Sterling and his back.
Heads up. Time for the move of the night. Oh, big stomp. Great attitude, really fired up in the corner. He seemed to really take exception to the claim by Ethan Case that he is the only champion that matters. I dare say that might have been the motivation for Brad Attitude to interject himself. Trevor Lee, Chet Sterling's partner in the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions, not with us tonight. He is wrestling in Florida for the Evolve organization, and it was Brad Attitude stepping in to help Chet Sterling against the attack of the worst case scenario. Ethan Sharp, I really think it was that claim by Ethan Case that he was the #1 champion in this building, in this organization, that fired up the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion Brad Attitude.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at it like this: for as long as Brad Attitude has been in wrestling, for as much as the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight title means to him, you've only just finally got the opportunity to hold it, and somebody else to come along and tell you that their title means more than you. I can understand why he feels the way that he does.
Not to mention the first 6 months of that title reign was pretty much all but ruined by Lee Valiant and the Riot. Attitude has just now, after defeating Valiant inside the steel cage at Absolute Justice, Attitude has just now gotten to a point where he can, for lack of a better term, enjoy the fruits of his labor as champion. And for Ethan Case, or anybody for that matter, to step in and say that their title means more than his, that would fire me up too. If you still had a title, that would fire you up, but you lost it to Jesse Adler back in Absolute Justice.
We're not talking about that. We are not talking about that. That is irrelevant to the topic. Let's talk about this match.
Big cover. I tell you, Chet Sterling showing a lot of heart, showing a lot of resilience here, and I tell you, he's got to be mindful of where he is in that ring at all times. He's got to be mindful careful of those shoulders being down, because worst case scenario has got some great double teams. One of them may be coming right here, and it is. They've got some great double teams, and if Sterling gets rocked with one of them, he may not be able to get his shoulder off the mat in 3 seconds. He may not be able to kick one of the worst case scenario off of him in 3 seconds. Attitude charging over, and he is on top of Ethan Case.
Brad Attitude had better be careful not to get himself disqualified just in a moment of impassioned fury.
That's exactly right. Kevin Pierce would have to disqualify Attitude if he stormed the ring in before, or excuse me, if he did not leave the ring before the 5 count. Elijah Evans got a shot or two in on Sterling on the outside, another cover. I tell you, if you watch Ethan Case closely, and this may be a weird thing to say to hear for some people, he's got one of the best covers I've ever seen. It's all body weight. He is laying on the man. You see a lot of arrogant covers sometimes from people like Ethan Alexander Sharp, and they come back to bite the man. Ethan Case with a great cover, laying on top of Sterling with all his body weight, and they are manipulating Brad Attitude. I am very surprised, Ethan Sharp, that the veteran is allowing himself to fall basically for the antics of worst case. Kick, got nothing.
I think really what it is it's just watching not only everything about, Ethan Case claiming that his title is superior, but it's watching Chet Sterling be taken apart like this. From what I understand, Chet Sterling and Brad Attitude are actually pretty good friends.
Absolutely. Oh, Attitude yanked off the apron. Sterling did not make it. Worst case scenario has manipulated the official. They have manipulated their opponent. Everything, huge backdrop suplex, everything in this match so far has played into the favor of worst case scenario.
And right now it looks like they may be about to pick up the victory.
Could be. Woo-hoo, that was close. My word, that was close. Brad Attitude pulled himself up on the apron. Chet Sterling almost got beat right there off that high angle backdrop suplex, and there was nobody to make the save.
I don't much care for Chet Sterling because he won Rookie of the Year when I should have, but I've got to give him credit. He's got a lot of heart.
Cover once again, where they are forcing Sterling to throw their body weight off of him. They are forcing Sterling to use all that energy in this hot Mid-Atlantic sportatorium. Oh, Sterling heads up, boom. Huge boot, could be the blockbuster, could be the Rough Rider. Blockbuster, got him with it. He's got to get to his partner or make the cover. Attitude is ready for the tag.
The best strategy for Chet Sterling right now would be to make that tag, because it looks like Brad Attitude is ready to unleash hell upon worst case scenario.
What's it gonna be here? Sterling has got to get there. He got to Brad Attitude. Attitude is legal, and man, he just caught Elijah Evans twice, running through him. Huge jab, and 1, 2, 3 for Case. The Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion, standing tall in the Mid-Atlantic sportatorium. Ooh, big neck breaker. Heads up. Beautiful side effect, dropped him down into the canvas. Attitude is dominating the worst case scenario right here on CWF Worldwide. Catapult, yes sir! All that body weight came down on the spine of Elijah Evans. Lion saw, got him!
That's definitely not out of his normal playbook.
Ethan Case, though, was right there. Kevin Pierce has got to get one man in and one man out. I'll be mindful, I lost track of who's technically legal man. Looks like it's settled down to Attitude and Case.
At this point, I think it doesn't really matter who had the most recent tag.
Woo! Super kick right in the mouth. Oh, face first. He paid her. Cover. 2. Oh, Sterling. Sterling with a timely save.
At the absolute last second.
Who is the champion that will lead tonight with bragging rights? Who will be standing tall here on CWF Worldwide? Oh my God, Evans caught him. The big man caught him.
Oh, Sterling slips out though.
Great move. Great move. Woo. Oh, he slipped. He slipped off the ropes.
Good rebound though.
Yes, it was. drove him into DDT. I don't think he got all of it. This building gets hot. Those ropes get slippery with perspiration.
Wait a minute.
Oh, Sterling is not the legal man. Brad Attitude is.
That's right.
Kevin
Chet Sterling.
Pierce, I think, is putting Sterling out.
Almost instinctively going for that cover.
Yes, he did. That's a bad break for Sterling, though. He's trapped in the ring right now, and he can neither win nor lose this matchup. Oh, no! Woo!
Oh.
Tandem knockout. They just got Sterling with it. Cover. One,
Wait a minute.
two,
Wait a minute.
Oh, we got two. Pierce is going to let him go.
It was just by a second ago.
A real bad break for Sterling here. Pierce is going to let him go because Attitude is still down on the outside. But that was a real bad break for Sterling. When he could have won the match, Pierce didn't count it. The crowd here in the Sportatorium is getting hot. Tandem jackhammer.
Both literally and figuratively.
Tandem jackhammer from the worst case. No, he slips behind. Boom, into each other. Oh, Evans is so strong on his feet. Zigzag from Attitude. Plants him in the center of the ring.
1, 2, 3.
Got him. Huge win for the hometown team. And Case and Sterling are still fighting on the outside.
minutes, 29 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Chet Sterling and Brad Attitude.
What a huge matchup. And we have seen the Mid-Atlantic Television Champion and the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion stand tall against one of the best tag teams in all the land. Wait, hold on. Hold on. That's the music of the Army of One. Oh, Marcellus King, the holder of the golden ticket. That golden ticket means any match with any opponent, any stipulation that he wants, and we have got a ring full of champions. Is Marcellus King gonna cash in that golden ticket here tonight on CWF Worldwide? Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. The television champion, the heavyweight champion, and the holder of the golden ticket. Any match against any opponent with any rules of the holder's choice. What's it gonna be?
Have eyes in the back of your head. You don't know which one it is. Anytime. You never know when.
Marcellus King, the holder of the golden ticket, sends a message to the two top champions in the Mid-Atlantic. Thank you for joining us on CWF Worldwide.